It's been over a year since we took a drive in the new Vauxhall Astra, and guess what? The EV is finally here. So, how does it compare? Is it fun to drive? And most importantly, does all that charm carry over? This is the Vauxhall Astra EV.
Let's get the EV stuff out of the way first, shall we? This car has a maximum output of 156 PS, top speed of 105 miles an hour, and a 0 to 60 acceleration time of 9.2 seconds. It does not. So all we're going to do is pop it in drive, pop it in sport mode, and then, well, here we go. That's 20, that's 30, that's 40, that's 50, and that's 60. So yeah, Vauxhall, you underestimated your 0 to 60 time. A little bit. Not quite sure how that happened, but there you go. I'm guessing the 0 to 60 time was timed in eco mode, in a strong headwind, because that's definitely faster than the speed that was advertised. Instant torque also makes the car feel a little bit more lively, which is nice. The claimed range of this car is a nifty 255.44 miles, which is because of the 54 kilowatt-hour battery that's located under the car. The battery is warranted for 8 years, 70% capacity, and 100,000 miles, which is kind of standard across most of the industry these days. I think the biggest advantage of owning the EV version has to be the smoothness of everything, which I know a lot of people will be rolling their eyes at watching this at home. Of course it's smoother than the petrol version, David, is what I hear you cry through the outreaches of the internet. There's no pistons under the bonnet, there's less moving parts, it makes sense. But it's not just that, it's the way that the car delivers the experience, the acceleration, the braking, the turning, everything just feels nice and smooth. I'm sure that they could make it throw back in your seat fast and you crick your neck every single time you want to overtake something, but this feels more like a cruiser, more like I could do many miles in it, which is good because of that range. It encourages you to savor the drive, rather than sort of gobble it all up at once. It allows you to appreciate the interior, which is gorgeous. Everything has a nice tactile feel. We still have buttons on the dash. The touchscreen feels nice and fast. The steering wheel in your hand feels brilliant. And I've said it before about this car, but it doesn't matter if you buy an EV, if you buy a petrol, if you buy the plug-in hybrid, this is a gorgeous looking car inside and out. I mean, everything from, well, the visor at the front, which looks like it's from Star Trek, to even minute details like this material that's all across the dash. There are 2 models to choose from, the GS model and the Ultimate. But before we get into that, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe for more stuff coming in the future. So the GS, which is the mid-range of the petrol one and the, I guess, entry-level version of the EV, but again, it's not really entry-level. You get Vauxhall's PureSense technology, and no, that's not some kind of fancy air freshener. That's their overarching brand for their safety equipment. And there's a lot of stuff to include. You get adaptive cruise, extended traffic sign recognition, front and rear sensors, an e-parking brake, lane departure, lane assist. You also get drowsiness alerts as well, which I've actually come to enjoy over the last few years of drowsiness assistance. It did actually help me out the other day when I was feeling drowsy on the motorway. You get intelligent speed adaptation, a IntelliLux 360 camera, which I may as well show you now. Look at this! It's awesome. And there's loads of settings on there as well. You can look left, you can look back, forward, right, wherever you want to. So parking should be a breeze. And as I'm sure you know, if you saw our 8 facts video, you've got different driving modes, custom modes, all sorts of modes in the car. You also get auto emergency braking as well, which is nice. You get things like obviously LED headlights, taillights, high beam assist, automatic lighting control as well. And then there's Pure Connect, which is all the stuff to do with the screens in front of us. You get a 10-inch display, which is super responsive, as I've mentioned already. The EV gives you a few more unique things to do with obviously all of the electric side of things, how you're driving. The central gauge cluster can show you how many miles per kilowatt hour you're doing. There's a whole host of other equipment as well. Of course, you have a digital gauge cluster. While we're driving, we can see the clocks and everything perfectly through the steering wheel. DAB radio, 6 speakers on the GS as well. You get over-the-air updates as well, which is so nice, not having to worry about plugging in a USB or logging in or doing any of that stuff. You get wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, although you can plug it in as well if you want to charge, and the latency is a little bit better there as well, as is the case with any Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. You've got rain sensing wipers and dual zone climate control too. And there's even vents in the back, as well as charging ports in the back too. So everybody can have charge and everybody can enjoy the rather nice, refreshing cool air, especially on a hot day. And then you get the AGR seats, which is something I mentioned in our Vauxhall Facts video as well. It's a German company that specializes in seats. They basically certify car seats, and when they do, you know that you're not going to get out of the other end of your journey feeling like a piece of origami. You get a frameless auto-dipping mirror, keyless entry and start, 17-inch black alloy wheels, dark-tinted rear windows, an insulated windscreen, 8 airbags, yes, 8. Not quite sure where they've put all of them, but it's nice to know that if I get hit from any direction, I should be fine. Let's not hang around, let's talk about the Ultimate. That's what we're in today. You get IntelliLux full adaptive LED pixel headlights. That is a mouthful for some headlights, isn't it? And they look obviously gorgeous, and it's daytime, so I can't show them off, but trust me on this, they turn nighttime into daytime. You get lane change assist with side blind spot alert as well, lane positioning assist, rear cross traffic alert. You get semi-autonomous lane changing as well. Advanced intelligent speed adaptation is also standard on the car. You get a 8-speaker hi-fi sound system, which sounds absolutely brilliant, and you can adjust everything, treble, middle, all of that sort of stuff, and you can put it into dynamic mode where the car basically chooses the equalizer for you. You also get one of the best head-up displays I've seen on a car. It's really nice and big, and you don't get any sort of backlight bleed either, so everything's always clear and directly in front of you. Shows the speed of the road, the speed you're going, your distance from the car in front, all the usual stuff. And you get a wireless charger as well. Dual zone electric climate control with IntelliAir air quality sensing as well. It's actually detecting the air in the car and making sure it's of sufficient quality. You get a heated, soundproof, insulated windscreen. I didn't know a windscreen could do many things, but apparently so. Panoramic sunroof. You get Alcantara on the side as well, and Alcantara where you sit, so everything's nice and grippy as you drive. You also get 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels with 215/45 R18 tires. I think I'm saying that correctly, which should help extend the range of the car. That's a lot of equipment for both of those models. And prices for electrification start at £37,935 for the plug-in at the time of filming. And if you want the all-singing, all-dancing, absolutely everything that you could possibly ever want, the Ultimate is £43,260. And that's for the full electric Suave that we're driving today. You also have 7 colors to choose from, and that includes this cobalt blue, which might have taken over from the electric yellow as my favorite. It certainly looks striking. So let's talk about the drive. It definitely feels different from the petrol car, as it obviously should do. A little bit more immediate torque, and it's a little bit softer as well. As I said, more like a cruiser. That still doesn't mean that it's not fun to drive on winding roads like this. You can still enjoy yourself, especially when you stick it into sport mode. You have, of course, got 3 different modes to choose from: eco, normal, and sport. But it almost feels like this is more, I don't know what the word is, I want to say a luxury cruiser, because it's not a luxury car. It's not massive, it's not long, but it certainly is comfortable. And then you enjoy the fact that it's that little bit quieter because of the electric engine. It's smoother. Overall, I enjoy the drive. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as mentioned before. If you want to see the previous Vauxhall petrol Astra version, then click on screen right now. Or, of course, you can watch something else. See you next time. Bye-bye.